before I ever stepped foot in that house, Justin told me something that stayed with me. This was back when he and Brianna were barely dating. He had gone over to her place one evening to hang out and meet the kids. He was sitting in the living room when he saw someone peeking out from Brianna's bedroom, who very briefly leaned out from the doorway like he was checking to see who was there. Brianna hadn't told him that anyone else was staying with her, but Justin waved casually and said hello. The man, still peering around the corner at him, pulled back out of sight just before he could get a good look. Confused, Justin thought maybe it was her grandfather or a relative who was visiting. He asked her, "Hey, is your grandpa staying with you?" "Huh?" Brianna replied, confused. "No." "Why?" Justin paused for a moment, convinced she was messing with him. Then Brianna said, "Oh, you saw him, didn't you?" Justin wasn't quite a believer in this stuff, but he also wasn't exactly a skeptic. "There's an old man and a little girl here," she told him. "Don't worry, they're not bad, but once in a while, they'll make themselves known." That was his first introduction to the house, to the land. They talked about it for a few hours. Brianna seemed almost relieved to learn that this wouldn't be Justin's first time experiencing something unexplainable. And naturally, Justin welcomed the information. He didn't judge. He didn't press. He just listened. And that was the beginning of a series of strange things that would happen in their raised trailer home. I didn't know what to do with that story when he told me. It sounded like something I'd normally laugh off. Justin, like me, is a storyteller, so it was hard to tell if this was just another embellished tale. But then, I went out there myself. In early 2020, I was going to stay with them for a couple of weeks. Lopez isn't somewhere you just end up by accident. It's a tiny patch of desert outside of Socorro, New Mexico. Fewer than 200 people. Dirt roads. Open land in every direction. From the highway, you wouldn't even know anybody lived out there. Their trailer sat on the end of one of those dirt roads. You have to know where you're going to get there. During the day, it felt peaceful. Sage and incense burned in the home daily. Wind tunneled through the rolling desert hills. You could see for miles. But at night, there is no light out there. No street lamps, no city glow, no traffic in the distance. When the sun drops behind the mountains in the west, it's black. And because the trailer is elevated, you hear everything. Every shift in the floor, every creak in the frame, every tiny thump. And outside, stillness. Before I ever visited, Justin had told me about Eve. She was only 4 years old at the time. Some nights before bed, she would scream. Not throw a tantrum scream. It was a terrified scream. He told me about the first night that it happened. She came to their room, crying. She said a coyote was outside her window, talking to her. Over time, it had become this known thing in the house. Eve gets scared at night. Eve doesn't want to sleep in her room. Eve says, "The coyote's back." The other kids didn't question it. If you had asked them about it, they'd just say, "Yeah, the coyote comes and talks to Eve." Like it was normal, like it had always been happening. When I finally met her, I didn't bring it up. The last thing I wanted to do was scare a child. But one afternoon, out of nowhere, she started telling me about it. About the coyote. About how nobody closes the curtains at night. And how he comes to the window and talks to her. She said she covers her face with the blankets because she doesn't want to see it. There was only one window in her bedroom. It's a raised trailer home. I'm 5'10". I couldn't look into that window without standing on something. And there was nothing beneath it. No ledge. No barrel. No AC unit. Just the desert ground beneath it, stretching into the east. But she said that's where it stands and talks. She never told me what it said, but the fear in her voice wasn't imagination. It was real. I could tell she wasn't imagining it. She was seeing something, whether it was a dream or not. To her, it was real. At night, I watched it play out. She would linger in the hallway, right at the edge of her bedroom, like there was an invisible line she didn't want to cross. Bedtime would come, and she'd crawl out into the hallway with her pillow and blanket, and just lay there, in the dark, not dramatic, just quietly refusing to be in that room at night. I have to admit, it creeped me out on more than one occasion. Throughout their time staying in that house, they had multiple dogs on the property. Protective dogs. You couldn't get near that trailer home without them exploding. Everyone in that area is armed. And no one could just walk up to that house without being noticed. But there were never any footprints, never scratch marks, never any sign that anything had been out there. And for a while, that was it. Just the window, just the quiet nights in that raised trailer home. It felt contained, like whatever it was only existed after dark, between 12 and 3. Until the day came where Justin and Brianna experienced something for themselves. If you have an experience that you can't explain, share it in the comments below. I'll be reading.